Day 4, final day, and this is what I'm storing all my important stuff in. Everything else is going in the plastic bag on the back of the bike. So thank you, Cece. She's the tall blonde girl you'll see sometimes in my videos from Denmark. Thank you, Cece, for the footage. I did not get any because it was so wet and rainy. We were on the edge of Typhoon Waifa, I think the northwest edge of some of the rain coming through. So I had my camera put away in my pocket. However, she had her GoPro. This is footage from a Hero 12 or 14. I forget, but she got some really good footage, and I was able to use some of that, which is great. But I will say, on this day, it was in the morning by far the bumpiest. Day 3 in the afternoon was bumpy. In the morning on day 4 gets pretty dang bumpy. There was a moment where the road was so rocky and bumpy, they went up on this curb that was like less than a foot wide, and it was just incredible. No way it's going to get footage. And in a way, I was actually kind of happy that it was rainy because the drivers did go slower through the bumps than they did the day before. And I was also happy because having the camera put away meant that I could grab onto the bike with 2 hands and kind of just help give myself a little extra stabilization as I sat on the bike and wasn't just rocking and flying all over the place. But yeah, regardless, even though it's rainy and cloudy, you see the beautiful views, and having the camera put away I think is a good thing to do, because you got to take it in and not worry about filming all the time. And I'm glad I got to do all those things, and that Cece got some footage I was able to use anyways. So win-win-win.
Oh, you look great.
Bunch of blueberries. First rest stop on a rainy day. Let's get the Yara farmer in here.
Not bad, eh?
Great view. Views like this just never get old. So cool. So we just completed the bumpiest, worst bit of road that I've ever been on. And notice when you're on that bike, the more you can lean forward and feel the pressure on your bottom, like in front, the better. But yeah, no way I'm recorded today with all this rain. But these drivers are incredible. They handled some crazy road, driving up on the curb that was like a foot wide, doing crazy stuff. The drivers with Bong Hostel are amazing. If you're watching this looking to do the Giang Loop, go with Bong. I would 100% again.
Smells good. Honestly.
So if you notice, we had lunch just there, and it may seem like it's a little earlier in the video as opposed to the other three, but we got out later this morning because worrying about the Typhoon Waifa coming in, we went to the waterfall, which would usually be part of the morning on day 4. We did that in the afternoon on day 3, which you can see in the last video. Also, at the lunch, I don't know if you also noticed that each day at lunch, we just look progressively more and more tired. And even though we're not walking around a bunch, it's still tiring, exhausting in a good way, just going through this whole experience.
Yep.
The rain started to clear and we have all these beautiful clouds coming over the mountains. It's awesome. I mean, these views on the Hajang never get old. So here's some more of GoPro footage from CC. After this bit of a stretch here, we come across a waterfall to take some group pictures, and then the weather actually clears up a little bit for the rest of the trip after this segment. But overall, as I've said in prior videos, the Giang Loop was definitely my favorite part of my whole trip in Southeast Asia. Now, I didn't know about this until a couple months ago, and I heard many people saying that the Giang Loop was the best part of Southeast Asia. And I'm like, what, really? You know, between the Koh Phi Phi Islands of Thailand and all that Thailand has to offer. I've not been to Thailand or Laos yet, but the temples of Cambodia and everything else in Vietnam, the beaches, I didn't know about this place. And so after hearing all the amazing reviews people had, it made me think back to the 3-4 day excursion I did through the Salar de Uyuni salt flats in southern area of Bolivia and the Atacama Desert in Chile 10 years ago, and how amazing that was. So I gave it a chance. I was a little concerned because my back recovered and I didn't know if it was going to make it worse again, but I am so happy I did it, even though it made my back sore for a couple days after. Zero regrets. Love this experience, and I can definitely say this was the best part of my trip through Cambodia and Vietnam. The temples, of course, would be second place. Maybe Hoi An that one night with the pretty lights, third place. But the Giang Loop, overall, just as you can see, it's an amazing experience, and it really hits you in the senses. And I definitely recommend doing an easy rider for a couple reasons. One, these guys have done hundreds of these Giang Loops, and you don't have to worry about driving, and you can just take in these beautiful views like this without have to worry about driving, and you feel the wind in your face, and you can just mindfully take in this beautiful view in front of you. I think if you're driving, you'd have to worry about all the bumps in the road. Like I said, afternoon day 3, morning day 4, lots of bumps. So not having to worry about that was definitely a bonus. And just, I totally understand why this is the best thing to do in Southeast Asia. And even though I only recently learned about it, I would 100% agree. Anyways, here's the waterfall that we're coming up to. Beautiful waterfall. And we'll get some great group pictures here. One of the last stops before we make it back. Got this gorgeous waterfall. had to drop in a couple pictures of my driver and the group. If any of you are watching that were in my group or just part of one of the bond groups, it was so nice meeting all of you. What a great experience. I really enjoyed my time, even though as maybe the oldest person in all the groups, y'all made for the best experience of my summer. I really got to refill my cup, for the work I do. And I just am very thankful and appreciative and so happy to have met all of you. This is our second to last stop. One more after this, and then we are back. Just beautiful. And this is the part as we're heading towards our last viewpoint stop before returning back where it really started to hit me. And I was just thinking about, man, this is really going to be over. Even though it's a 4-day thing, I didn't want it to end. Honestly, as I was doing this, I was starting to get a little bit sad that it was going to be over. There were some parts, where I was worried about flying off a mountain where I'm like, oh God, I can't wait to be done. But as we're getting closer, I was just, sort of sad that it was going to be over, this amazing experience. And definitely an experience of a lifetime, one I'll never forget. And as you hit these last viewpoints, I think from the waterfall and on to the end, it really starts to hit you. And again, just so thankful and appreciative of all the people, the driver, the hostel, the whole experience. Nothing but gratitude and just appreciation for such a wonderful experience that this all was. All right, this is our last stop. It's come to an end. It's been amazing. 110% recommend doing this if you have the itch. Giang Loop, so beautiful. Yeah. So some closing thoughts as I wrap up this video in the series of 4 Giang Loop days on the road here. And, number one, obviously just an amazing experience, one of the best of my life, multi-day experiences. And the views, of course, were beautiful, but also the people I got to hang with, they were beautiful as well. And they also made the trip as amazing as it was. So just so happy I got to do this. So appreciative. The happy water, man, I'm not going to miss that. I will miss the cheers. Of course, that was always fun to do. And I'll have to teach that to people back home. The Vietnamese cheers for happy water. I never want to drink happy water ever again, so I'm happy about that. You see us driving back into Giang here, by the way. But, I'll also add, with these trips, and this happened before my other excursion in South America, beware the adrenaline and the dopamine dump. After you get done with this, it starts to hit you and you start to miss it a little bit. And you can feel possibly a little bit down just because you came out of this amazing experience in Wonderland. But, just be aware of that. And, I'm already missing it. And with all that being said, Mut hai ba zo, hai ba zo, hai ba zo zo zo, hai ba what? Cheers. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care.